Hello, it is Elizabeth, and today I wanted to talk about how to protect your home from outside negative energy. The classics talk about an egregore, which essentially is a conscious collective mind of energy, right? So it is known energy that is out in space that is being created by the group. And there's a lot of fear and uncertainty in the collective right now. I think you probably have been feeling it. I know I have. So I wanted to talk about some simple things that you can do to protect your home, to protect your space. And these are just some really good tips that you can use. And they're inexpensive, easy to do. So my first tip is using selenite, and this is a particularly big one, so it doesn't have to be this big, but I do like the fact that it is a sphere and are really a rounded shape. But a sphere is really great because it does a nice job of sending the positive energy, doing its work at a very far distance, and it radiates out in every direction. So super powerful cleansing crystal that you can have in your space. I recommend that people put 4 in each corner of their home, and this peaceful stone will circle that energy in your space in a harmonious way. Not only does it protect from things outside, it basically creates a barrier, right? So one of the things I love to do is using the bagua or using the home as a larger crystal gridded system, and this is a really powerful way that you can maintain the energy. Another thing to consider is using black tourmaline or shungite or any other really very black stone. Black is a very protective color. It absorbs, it transmutes, and when you're using like the yin yang analogy, it takes that darkness and it spins it into light, right? And that is the energy that keeps things constantly in motion and keeps the flow of chi, balanced. So using a black tourmaline for protection, you can even keep it on your person, which is a nice way of using the energy. Shungite. There are a couple of other good protection stones, but these are particularly good, especially for electromagnetic smog. But put the black tourmaline in the yang direction of the house, and that's just where the most energy is outside of the space. So for a lot of people, that could actually be your front door, right? That could be, that's the street where all, the cars are moving and you have a very quiet, calm yin backyard. For other people, it's completely different. They live in an apartment building. It's pretty calm energy that is coming in from their front door, but let's say on their balcony or on the other side, they have like a highway. Okay, so that is where you would want to place the black tourmaline. So just consider, and it can be sides of your house as well. And a lot of the time we intuit this information, we know which direction we need to be considerate of. And also, if there's some construction going on, that can be like in your area, that can also be very protective as well. Another cure to consider are wind chimes. It doesn't work in every situation, but quite honestly, it fits in most situations. There is a rare number combination that's flying star. It's energy reading of the space that you do not want to have a wind chime for. I've talked about this in previous videos, but I don't always see it, honestly. So I think in general, wind chimes are a very, very good way of clearing the energy. And how it works is that, when there's Sha energy, so like, loud blasting sounds, rushing energy that is coming near the space, right? That energy as it travels really spirals out. If you're familiar with Dr. Kareem's work, who is an architect who talks about this energy. So chimes are a really great way of deflecting the energy, and what it does is it kind of shakes it up a little bit, right? And it deflects and blocks some energy, and then that does come through has been transformed through the wind chime. You know, when you hear a nicely placed wind chime or even just a bell, it usually lifts your spirits, it clears that energy space. So that is a really powerful method to use. If you do hang up a wind chime and notice some calamity immediately after, you know, take it down. You can also have a wind chime in the same spot for years, and then an annual change on the Feng Shui New Year, which is around the Chinese New Year. It's before usually. But if you notice something happen around then you might want to take down the wind chime as well, just as a seed, as a protective or just precautionary if something happened right after that, during that time, because that's when the new energy comes into the space. So just a little side note on that. Other thing that's really important for protecting your energy, and is really inexpensive, is salt. So I love using this, and what I find fascinating in my studies, because I look at multiple different cultures, right? Yes, I study Feng Shui. Yes, that is where one of my very core important trainings began, but I also look at lots of different cultures. What works for them? What are they saying? What's the folklore saying, right? Because there is so much knowledge to be had, and it's really interesting when you see how things connect. And salt is one that you see in lots of different cultures for protection and absorbing negative energy. So I like to recommend bowls of salt. You can put them on a windowsill, you can have them in your nightstand for support, and you would clear it out. You would maybe compost it or put it in your backyard, or just get rid of it once you feel like it has done its job. And that can be, you know, salt I think is a super protective method, and it can be a couple days, it can be much longer. It's really you intuiting when that is ready to be cleared out. In Feng Shui, we also traditionally use something called a Feng Shui salt cure, which I will post soon so that you will be able to use that in your space. Very powerful for sticky energy. I like to combine them usually with the four corners of the space that have the selenite to just additionally cleanse out that energy, right? Super, super powerful. I do also think that you can put salt laid out on your windowsill. It's just messy. So that's why I say dishes, right? You can really do a very similar thing with, you know, double pointed crystals that are laid down flat on the windowsill. It's basically like, this is the line, holding the line with love. I do also lay down salt outside occasionally of homes or my own home, just for that, you know, protective boundary, like by the front door. Another thing you can do, protection by your front door. One of the best things that people do is having two, if you're able to have two guardian statues on either side of your front door. Traditionally, this was like a cross between a dragon and a lion, but really it can be anything that you feel protects you, you know, so lions, tigers, bears, oh my, like it can be anything that resonates as protection energy for you. 2 is the most balanced number, so that's just, and it symbolically has that additional gateway protection, you know, the gatekeepers, so that's really powerful. Make sure the light outside your front door is working, that the energy is clean and clear. I usually sweep my front stoop I have a very particular broom for it that I use, and because it's me, and you don't have to do that, but you know, I sweep that energy and I say anything that doesn't belong here, anything that doesn't serve the highest good, with love, be gone. So those are some important things that you can do for protection in Feng Shui. I can go on and on, but I want to leave you with just a couple more things, and that is an evil eye, Hamsa, any protective statues or a cross or a picture of Archangel Michael, who is like the warrior angel who shines down, is looking upon us and is fighting for humanity. You can call on whatever resonates for you, God, high source, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, whoever, all of the great teachers, all of, unnamed angels, we call you. We ask you for protection. We ask you for protection. We thank you for all the work, the unseen work that you do for us every single day. So you can put up that imagery to remind you to come from that place of gratitude and thank you, and be thankful for the grace and the things that you do have. And that is an important way to not only protect your energy, but to keep your energy high. Because that is what we like to do. So I hope that information is helpful. And if you have any questions, I really hope that you would put it in the comments, and I will take a look. And I will see if there's anything that I can do to help you in your space, or just give you some tips on things that could be protective. So I hope you're doing well, and that this message finds you safe and in security and in love.